5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! You have to listen to my voice, I beg you. 15 downhill, triple caution! Triple cautions! You're not concentrating, you have to listen. Can you please concentrate? Please, please, I beg you. Into double caution jump! Double caution jump! No! Not listening. Shut up. No, I'm just giving you advice. Don't tell me how to drive.
Well, welcome everybody. We are coming to you guys today from the Netherlands, and this is another episode of Unpacking Rally. I've got Henk Hellegers with me today. Henk is the owner of HT Rally Raid. For those of you who follow Dakar, you would be familiar about who HT is. But without any further ado, let me introduce Henk. Henk, very, very nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you very much, Willem. I'm happy to be invited and happy to talk about Dakar as usual, because we speak about Dakar 7 days a week, nearly maybe sometimes too much, but this was all about. Yeah.
It's definitely what we have in common, right? The Dakar is this overwhelming thing that kind of rule all of our lives.
That's it. Yeah, all around it.
So, Henk, will you be able to tell us a little bit about who or what HT Rally Raid is and what you guys do?
Our basic setup is to take everything out of the hands for the riders who want to do the Dakar, who want to do a rally. So it means the rider only focuses on his riding, on his navigation, everything around it. And we will take care about logistics, about entries, about the bike, about the parts, about everything needed around the rally. So basically we offer a all-inclusive package, so the rider doesn't need to think about anything, just but his riding, his navigation, and to prepare himself for the next day. And
with Dakar being such a massive kind of logistical endeavor, I think for anybody that wants to do Dakar for the first time, it's almost a prerequisite. I just spoke to the American Rally Regionals. It's a team of 5 guys that's coming to do Dakar. They're doing all their own logistics, and their biggest challenge was logistics. So I think having a team that one can rely on to do all of these things is very, very valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing a small rally is already a big operation, because most of the rallies are for us outside Europe. So that means already you're on a different continent. So organizing stuff with everything is a big challenge. And for the Dakar is even much bigger, because it's that long. It's not only a few days. A lot of people can survive. You can improvise. You can handle it. You can take care of it. But like for a Dakar, 2 weeks, it's not possible to rely on, okay, we'll get it done there, or we'll see what happens. It's just too expensive, it's too intense, and it's too big to to don't handle it properly.
So you mentioning that you do other races other than Dakar. What other races do you guys support?
Yeah, we normally try to follow the World Championship. So like we will do after Dakar, we will straight go to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
This is a rally we already attend since more than 30 years. So that's a long history over there. I did it in the car, and of course the last years with the bikes. It's an amazing event, amazing place. So that's the first rally, and then we will go to Sonora Rally this year. So the second race.
So we'll definitely see you guys down there. That's going to be
We're
very
really
fun.
Looking forward to it, because it's a new rally, new continent. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And then after Sonora, maybe we go to Argentina, and for sure we'll go to Morocco as the last rally before Dakar, and the last rally for preparation for everybody for Dakar.
How does your wife handle all the traveling and all of the time that you're away?
Yeah, it's of course like with everybody delicate question, but we try to find a balance. Let me put it like that, and
I
still
think
still works well.
I think if you guys can also offer a service to deal with spouses and family members, people will be happy to pay for
That
that
would,
also.
that would be too much. No, I stay out of that. I stay out of that, please. No.
So Hank, tell me to give the viewers and the listeners at home an idea of what goes into Dakar Prep. I mean, for the average person, I feel it takes about 2 years. You guys go as a team every year. You know, how many bikes are you guys have under the in the stable this year for Dakar, and
Yeah,
how does a normal day on the team side, not the rider side, of a Dakar look for you guys?
yeah. For us, the whole Dakar. This is the whole philosophy of the whole team. Is we are there for our riders, and that's really our riders. It feels like family. It feels like you're responsible for everything what we can do to take as much pressure off those riders and this is in all levels. It's from the rider who is maybe dead last for until the rider who has chances to win a stage. But
Mm-hmm.
for us, it means in the morning for sure we will be up first thing in the morning. Can be 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare everything for the riders, have the bikes ready, final check, help the riders. We have a facility where the riders can sleep
Mm-hmm.
in a good bed. They can have a shower, they have an AC, have a heating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have their breakfast, and we will take care of everything is ready. We help them to get away, and then
Mm-hmm.
first thing we do after that is clean up the bivouac and move on to the next bivouac with the
Mm-hmm.
trucks, with all the vehicles we have in our support team. We have 2 trucks, we have one Sprinter 4x4,
Mm-hmm.
and normally we take one van or another truck with us as backup. So
Wow.
it's quite a fleet, and everybody has to move on, and it's always time pressure because you have to be in time for the next bivouac
Mm-hmm.
to build up the bivouac, prepare the bivouac, make everything ready before the first rider arrives.
Mm-hmm.
And because of you have that much variety between the speed of the riders, so the last rider leaves the bivouac, but the fastest rider already can arrive in maybe a
He
few
might be
hours.
already halfway into the stage by the time you leave your
Exactly,
bivouac.
exactly. So that
Yep.
takes a lot of logistics, a lot of planning, but we have a good
Mm.
team, we have a good staff who takes care of that, and luckily we have a lot of experience in this, and that's really what counts. And every year you learn, you see things, and that's
Mm-hmm.
for us it's a really valuable thing, and we love to share that with our riders
Mm-hmm.
and to help the riders with our experience.
Yeah, just the way that you explain it already, I mean, you know that feeling when you're on a race, that feeling that you get in your chest, just with you talking about it, I already get that, I already feel like, oh yes, we have to leave this time, we have to be there, we have to do this. It's like there's so much in your
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
And people sometimes forget that the race for the support crew is just as much as it is for the guys on. They just on a different course and they don't have a special. But the guys are broken after a Dakar. You need a
absolutely.
holiday after a Dakar.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
The Dakar is absolutely no holiday,
mhm,
especially for the mechanics. You never know what happens if a rider crashes, has an accident, or they have to rebuild the bike. Or like we had 2 years ago, we discovered we nearly finished at midnight, and then
mhm.
we discovered there was water in the fuel of the
Oh,
bikes. The last fuel they filled up, but they were full of water, so we had to take off all the tanks, change filters, change fuel pumps. So the mechanics literally did not sleep for 2 to 3 nights. They were just
wow.
taking some naps in the car between the bivouacs,
Mhm,
and that's normal. Can be the life of a mechanic in the Dakar. It's,
mhm.
it's a tough expedition, and also for the
Definitely.
food crew.
That's what we live for. I'm sure your mechanics love it when they're in it.
Yeah,
It's part of that. It's part of that big adventure of it's hard when you're in it, but then when you're out of it, you just dream about going back.
yeah,
So.
and the good thing for me is what I love about the Dakar is you doing it as a team,
Mhm.
and you're there for each other, and everybody helps each other, and one has a maybe a little kind of off day, or he's not feeling too well, and the next one will take care of it, and this is the way it should work, and the only way it has to work, because otherwise it cannot work in the Dakar, because you're so long together 24/7. So you need to rely on each other, and that's also the nice part of it.
Definitely. Wow. So for Dakar 2023, how many riders do you guys have on your team?
We have 7 riders, basically 8 riders. We have also one rider in the original Malamoto,
Okay.
as we call it. So the original by
Yep.
Motu. There's a countryman of you, Sharon Moore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, I know Sharon. Okay, that's
yeah,
wonderful.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know him? Yeah, yeah. No, great guy. We
Great.
did last year also with him, and he was supposed to come in the team this year, but he had a lot of obligations to work, which he had to do, so he couldn't
Yeah, he
focus.
organizes the Roof of Africa,
Yes,
so it's
yes,
a
and
it's a
also
big job.
yep, and on the professional side, also he had a lot of challenges to do. So he was not able to do the full 200% focused to be in the as he wanted to be. So he said, "Okay, I do another year in the Malamoto, in the original
Okay.
Malamoto." So, but we helped him out. We prepared his bike in the Netherlands, and we helped him out with parts and stuff. So,
Nice.
and next to that, we have 7 riders in the team. Yeah.
Okay, I know. I've interviewed Stefan Wilkin as well.
Yes.
His
Yeah.
episode is coming out soon, or has come out. So, yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, he said he's with you guys as well. So we'll
Yeah.
definitely have a strong South African contingent on your side this
Absolutely.
year.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're all over the place. All over the place. Yeah.
So Henk, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your personal history? How did you get into rally racing? Where was the fire started for you?
Yeah, a long time. The roots are motocross, bikes,
Mhm.
motorbikes, always, all my life. Motocross, enduro, 6 days. And then I went a little bit to an off-road cars, off-road rallies. I did 25th Baja in Mexico.
Oh
We raced.
wow,
I raced solo in a car. It was
wow!
really, yeah, it was really big challenge. It was really special with
Uh,
a European car in the big race like that. It was a proper race. It was 1,000 mile. We
yep,
o- only we only learned that a few weeks before the event, because it was 1,000 kilometers, but it was miles. So no, it was really good. So
wow! And how did you do? Did you manage to finish?
yes, 33 hours and
Wow!
20 minutes. Yeah, that was good.
Wow,
Good one.
that is amazing.
Yeah, La Paz.
They must have laughed at you with your European car
Yeah, it
between all of those
was there was
what they call it, trophy trucks.
Yeah, it was crazy. The car we were driving compared to trophy trucks was really ridiculous. But yeah, we made it, so it was good fun. And then, of
Awesome.
course, yeah, always been looking to Dakar, dreaming like when I was a child. And we went, of course, from here to Paris is not so far. It's 600 k's,
Mhm.
so about 350, 400 miles. So every year at the start, we try to be there to see the trucks, the cars, and the bikes leaving from Paris. So yeah, it was
Wow,
always.
did you do that as a kid?
Yes.
Wow,
Since we got,
wow.
yeah, not as a kid, because when I was a kid, there wasn't even a Dakar. I'm that old, but no, but in my younger
Well,
years,
as a young man,
yeah,
that
exactly.
would have been amazing to be part of that
Yeah,
spirit and that
it was
feeling.
really under the Eiffel Tower, the really proper Paris Dakar rally,
Wow.
and follow the rally through south of France to where they go to on the boat. So it was really nice. So I really got already so into it that yeah. Then I set up my own suspension business for cars, for rally cars, off-road cars,
Mhm.
and since 2002 I went full-time Dakar. First buggies on cars, and 2004 I started up my own team with Honda,
Okay.
doing bikes, with a full,
Wow.
all-inclusive bike. We built our own bikes, because at that time there was only one bike you can buy, like a KTM or Husqvarna,
Mhm.
gas, but we built our own bikes out of the 450X,
Mhm.
and we developed a kit for it. And yeah, it was quite successful, but it was 450 only. And at that time,
Mhm.
there were the big bikes, 720, KTM, etc. So it was pretty difficult to be competitive. But finally, we worked our way up together with Yamaha, and we got to the 450 category. And I started 2012 HSE Honda. I was asked to start the team, and yeah, we started that. It was really a big adventure, a big challenge, and also
Wow.
a lot of. I learned a lot of it, and was really intensive years for sure, 3 years. And yeah, we saw the development of the bike and the team, and
Wow.
after that we
Wow.
started. After that we went joined the Husqvarna. And the moment Husqvarna joined Rally, we joined the team as a customer team, as a satellite team
Okay.
for the factory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, that is, I mean, we don't have enough time today, but I would love to hear the stories about those years. I mean, the
Mm.
fact that you were involved with all of these teams and the cross-pollination and all the different things that one would learn would, I mean, yeah, it's intensely interesting to me, and I would love to hear more about that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds amazing, and if you think about it, I believe for a Dakar winning team, the base, you lie the base or you build the base 5 or 6 years before the time, because that's how long it takes to get to the top. So
Absolutely.
so the fact that you were involved with HSE around 2012, 2013,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
means that a lot of the work you put in translated to their win in 2018.
Yeah, but it was a big honor to be asked and to be part of it, and it was really something I still, and we still have good relationships with the people from that time, still that time, and yeah, really look back
Wow.
with that with pleasure. Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I'm definitely gonna hit you up at some point about some more in-depth conversation about
yeah,
that. But since this is more Dakar oriented, um, it's interesting you talking about the kind of the evolution of the smaller bike. I've obviously that's a huge discussion point for everybody, how to get the speeds down. I believe even if they drop it down to a 250, they'll still get 160, 170 out of it,
exactly.
because
Yeah.
you're never going to stop it. So I do see the future of rally as becoming more technical, in order to force the rider to be slower, so changing the terrain with time. And it would be interesting to hear your view on let's call it the future of rally racing. Like, what do you think rally racing is going to look like 10, 20 years from now?
Yeah, like you mentioned, I don't see much in the technical, in with working with restrictors or whatever to get the top speeds down. Because when you analyze the accidents, a lot of accidents happen between 80 and 120 kilometers an hour, which is
Wow. Okay.
not not the high speeds we are thinking of. Um, but for sure, in my point of view, the only way is to slow down the rally is by bringing in more navigation, bringing in more technical parts. So in that way, to have the riders, to make the riders more think about finding their way than just a big motocross. And this is exactly what everybody's thinking about, and how the whole and all the teams are thinking to find the proper balance in this matter. Because it's now we have to change things in it to guarantee the future of our sport.
Definitely. And do you think we'll see electric bike still finish the Dakar in our lifetime?
Uh, Depending on lifetime, of course, but but I think yes. When we already see motocross is just starting, but I think it will go much faster as we even might want to think,
Hmm.
because it's something new. But I can imagine if the whole industry, and if there's more pressure on it, there will be more and more electric bikes, and for
Hmm.
sure, it also will come into rally. If it's
Hmm.
coming into cars, into trucks, it will also come into bikes. So
Definitely.
why not? Why not?
Well, okay. See, our time is catching up with us. something that I love to ask is like, especially, I mean, you've seen so many Dakars. What would you say, which was your absolute favorite Dakar? If there was one Dakar that you could go back to and have over again?
This a really difficult question because
That's why I ask it.
yeah, because there are in every Dakar there are so many heights, and but there are
Mhm.
also so many
Close.
yeah less nice parts of it. We had 2 years ago with Xavier de Siltois, we had a great Dakar. He was leading the rally. At that time you feel euphorious because we had also in our team the dead last guy.
Mhm.
So we had the guy who was leading the classification, but we had also
Mhm.
the guy who was on
Dead
really on the
last.
bottom of the
Wow.
classification, and they were both in the same team, and everybody was happy. So it
Mhm.
was a fantastic feeling to be part of that. But
Okay.
okay, it can change easy, as we know, and it
Mhm.
changed indeed easy because Xavier had a big crash.
I remember that crash. It was.
Luckily, he survived. Luckily, but then
Mhm.
from that time on, things changed very quickly, and um, that's happening so often in rally that
Mhm.
one day everything is fantastic, and next day things are not looking so good. So,
Mhm.
but really for me I have so many nice memories on all kind of rallies in Saudi, in
Okay.
Africa, in Saudi, in South Africa, or South America, sorry.
Mhm.
So it's very really difficult. There's more, you should more say not the whole rally as a total, but the more special moments in a rally,
Mhm.
and these
Okay.
are yeah.
That's what stands out. Each one
Yes,
has got those specials. So, but then it comes down to the follow-up question, which like, which one was the worst one? Like,
very easy.
which one you would never go back to?
That's the easy one.
Yeah.
2008 when it was cancelled.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good one to hear.
yeah, no,
Nobody's ever answered that one.
it
That's
was
a good one.
really, it was horrible. It was really, it was unrealistic. At that time, we weren't even doing it by boat, but so you were driving, like for us, we were driving from here to Lisbon to Portugal
Mhm, mhm.
with our trucks, with the whole team. So you work until the last hour. You're busy packing, changing everything, and all the details, and then
Oh,
okay, then you're off 2,500 kilometers to Lisbon, nearly non-stop. And then you arrive, and then some rumors start about
oh.
something what might happen, and then it becomes reality, and it means that you go back with your same truck,
Mhm.
with your same team, with everything. You go back home, and that's
That's a year's worth of work just gone down the
exactly.
drain.
And how,
Wow.
because everything has been paid, everything has been
Oh.
organized to last detail, and then okay, how to solve these things. It was
Mhm.
really, really, really absolutely the worst Dakar I ever experienced.
Sure.
It was an easy one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, just before we say goodbye, Henk, for there's so many people that watch the show and that just all around the world that has this dream of one day getting to Dakar. The number one tip that you would give a prospective Dakar rider, somebody that's thinking about it, somebody that's got it in the back of their mind, what is the one thing that you would tell somebody that wants to get to Dakar?
Um, I will say just, make a plan and start talking with people who have the experience. And like, we have a lot of people, like in February after Dakar, I have maybe 20, 30 people who say, I want to go to
You and
Dakar, I
I
want to go to
spoke
Dakar.
in February this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Every February, I'm sure your phone just goes
Yeah.
nuts.
And then you say, okay, and then, but then it's easy, it filters out easy, and people say, okay, yeah, where you living? Living 150 kilometers from my house. Ah, that's far away. That's quite far away. It's a big journey. And I say, okay, if you cannot handle this, don't even think about
Mhm,
the Dakar.
mhm,
But make a plan, and and I'm always say I'm happy, and I think all my colleagues are happy to speak with everybody who has a plan and has the passion to make a plan.
mhm,
Okay, also a financial planning, a time-wise planning, how to
mhm,
prepare, what the costs are, what's involved, and and then to get a kind of picture where you can work at and where you can look at, and then think, okay, how would it be possible for me to realize this? Do I want this really? Because a lot of people look at it, oh, nice Dakar, but then if you say, okay, yeah, but you have to qualify, yeah, you have to do a qualify race. But to qualify the race properly, you have to do a training like the stuff you organize and other people organize. So it's a whole process, and to get the whole process in a proper picture, you have to make a plan, and you better make that plan with people who have the experience in it. So for me, it's just ask around. There are so many information available, and everybody I know is happy to speak about it and to help about it. Whatever you want to do, finally.
That is the beautiful part of the rally scene, is everybody's always happy to share their knowledge, share their
Yeah.
time. And that's part of why I love the rally family so much, is that is, it's one of the few sports that welcomes people with open arms. That we want people to come into the sport.
That's it.
So, do you have the same saying? Does it sound the same in Dutch? Maak 'n plan. Make a plan. Is it the
Make a
same?
plan, yeah.
We
Absolutely.
So
Maak 'n
maybe
plan.
that'll become our slogan, as a
Yeah.
market plan.
Absolutely. Good.
Well, Henk Hellegers, thank you so much for being on the show. It's too little time. I wish we had more time. Like you say, we can talk Dakar for 7 days a week. So I really appreciate your time, especially now before you guys are leaving. I know that you guys are super busy. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. And if you are looking to do a race, any of the World's Rally Championships, make sure to give Henk a call or an email. I will link everything in the video, and then you guys can get in touch. So I'm hoping to see you, Henk, in Sonora. I've got a training camp scheduled at the end of April, so I don't know if I'm going to be at Sonora, but I'm hoping. I'm trying to see if I can change something. So hopefully we'll see each other there.
Okay, all good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Willem. Thank you. Good talking to you.